Okay, so today we continue with our class Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Okay, so let's start. And we start with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon. And today's topic is without rule or regulations. A primary cause for speaking Lashon Hara is that people consider matter of speech as without rule and regulation. Hefka. Okay, so basically, yeah, whoever wants to do it, do it. Tragically, many do so even consider speaking Lashon Hara, not even consider speaking Lashon Hara in the sin. So people do not even know. I mean, they heard of Lashon Hara, but they usually apply to people other than themselves. 1 second. Okay, it's not working. Okay, other than themselves, no problem. And what else? 1 second. Such a blatant disregard for the severe prohibition weakens the resolve to those who might otherwise be cautious with their words. So basically, these people they do like say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do, and of course for them to stop, like why would they stop? Right? Does not make any sense. 1 second, let me try to adjust something. Sorry. Okay, it's a little better. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So the following parable is fit in response to the above situation. A sizable portion of city inhabitants contracted a dreaded disease. All of the city doctors despaired of curing the stricken. One day, a world-renowned physician appears who was known for his ability to restore the seriously ill to their original health. The illness that had swept throughout the city was viewed as incurable, and thus many doubted that even this doctor could save them. One sick man, however, hurried to the doctor's lodging at the first opportunity. Where are you rushing? One of the friends asked. No one else seems to be in a hurry to see the doctor. So it's an unbelievable parable, right? So like many people know, they heard that it's a big problem to speak Lashon Hara, right? But they do exactly zero about fixing the issue, right? So this pandemic or something, right, was in a city. So everybody gave up. Okay, how can we get cured? It's if everybody's dying, right? That's a big issue, right? In the attitude, and one person said, no, it's a famous doctor. Why should I die? If everybody like an argument was like of this person who met him. If nobody doing, why running around? Which is, of course, is a stupid argument. Like they can do whatever they want, but I don't want to die. That's a proper attitude. That's a kosher attitude. Okay. Foolish man, the patient replied. A wise person understands that when one's life is at stake, even the most remote possibility of the cure must be pursued. In this case, the possibility is not at all remote. This doctor earned himself reputation as being able to heal even when no one else can. He has cured people who were at death's door. Should I neglect to seek his expertise because so many fools ignore the opportunity for the salvation? And I think this parable applies not only to speaking Lashon Hara, but to everyday life, right? What's going on with us in every day? Like people behave around us like animals, and they say maybe there is problem with you, right? But that you're not behaving like animal, right? Maybe you should, right? That's what they want. 1 second. 1 second. Cover the camera. I'm sorry. Okay, no problem. Okay, so the above argument Whoever join us, could you put us on mute? Please mute your microphone, please. Thank you very much. The above, no. Please put us on mute. There's the icon microphone on the bottom of your screen. Could you please put us on mute, please? Okay. If one of the above argument is true regarding the physical health, how much more so does it apply regarding the spiritual health? King David declared, go, O son, could you please put us on mute? Where is it? 1 second, I'm trying to see what's going on. Okay, no problem. Okay. The above argument is true regarding physical health. How much more so does it apply regarding the spiritual health? David HaMelech declared, "Go, O son, heed me. Which man desires life? Who loves days of seeing good? Guard your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit." It's from this Tehillim we say on Shabbos, 34, 12, 14. Who is greater healer of the spirit than David, of blessed memory? One who ignores David's advice will remain spiritually ill eternally. Right? I mean, what? Run from bad and do good. One who ignores David's advice will remain spiritually eternally and will suffer retribution in this world as well, as explained above. Surely one who should should pay no heed to those who make light of this more severe sin. Joshua, could you, okay, you are put on the, okay. And Miss Shakira, could you put us on mute? Turn off your microphone, please. Okay. It's on the bottom. In a circle. You have a signed microphone. You tap it. Okay. All right. Let's try to continue. So we continue with Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, and we continue the same topic. And topic is the laws of washing hands for the meal. Okay. And it's Siman 40, and we start with Halacha 8. Okay. So it says, what that has discolored, whether it's a result of condition in a place where it is stored, or as a result that something fell into it, is disqualified for using for Netilas Yadayim. However, if it becomes discolored by itself without any external cause, it is still fit for the use of Netilas Yadayim. So let's try to understand. So not all of the water are going to fit. Of course, today we have all of this clean water from the tap, and there is no problem. But we're talking about like when you use in some kind of extreme situation, right? So one more time, and we see the commentaries. So it says the water that has become discolored, whether it is a result of condition in a place where it's stored, or a result of something that fell into it. Commentary 36. For example, ink or dye fell into them, or they became darkened due to the smoke. Okay, see Mishnah Berurah 163. Okay, something happened and discolored. Okay. something fell into it, it's disqualified from Netilas Yadayim, so you cannot use it. So I mean the water is clean, right? It just let's say the ink fell into it. So but halachically it's not. Commentary: if water returns to its natural color, it may be used. I'm not sure what the situation was that it changed the color, then went back to the original color. Okay, but I guess it's possible. Okay, so if it was discolored, then came back to original color, no problem. However, if it became discolored by itself without any external cause, it is still fit to use a Netilas Yadayim. So basically, we don't know what actually happened, right? We don't know. Okay, so it's then it's still fit to use Netilas Yadayim. Commentary. Okay, so without any external cause, such as standing water in a warm place that often develops green color. Okay, maybe it's outside, right? So it become green on the sun. Mishnah Berurah 162. Water that is discovered from a dirt or mud is not disqualified, since the water naturally has earth mixed into it. Furthermore, some discoloration usually clears up when the water stands for some time. So even if it was a little muddy, right? So still there is no problem, right? There is no problem if it's returned to natural state. So okay, no problem. So continue. So we're not talking about this tap water. We're talking about maybe from water from the river or something. It was 39. No, it was not 20. It was 38. Okay, so continue. It is so, but if it's so one more time. However, if it became discolored by itself without any external cause, it is fit to use for Netilas Yadayim. Commentary: the halacha set out here with regard to discolored water referred only to water being used in a vessel for washing, Netilas Yadayim. Water is used in immersion, such a previous CF, is a subject to different criteria. Okay, so here we're talking about in a vessel. So we have this cup and the water was in a cup. Okay. So continue. Water that was used to perform a function, for example, water in which vessels were rinsed, or vegetables were soaked in it, or a container filled with warm liquid was put in a water for the water to cool the liquid, or it was used to measure the true capacity of measures. All such waters also disqualify. So basically, for this great mitzvah of Netilas Yadayim, so we need pure water. Pure. We're going to explain what pure means now, right? So meaning that no work was done with this water. Okay, so let's try to understand what does it mean no work was done with this water. Okay, for example, in which vessel water rinsed. So you wash your dishes. So we're talking about olden days, right? So you wash your dishes and then you rinse them with clean water. Okay, so the water is clean because the dishes were clean. Maybe it's not that clean, but still, right? So the work was done. Commentary: or to rinse off one's hands. Okay, so I mean your hands is clean, just a little rinse. Okay. Or vegetables were soaked in it. Okay, so it does not say washed, but soaked, right? So maybe it would absorb some taste of the vegetables, but the color would maybe even stay the same. 41. To prevent them, so why would you soak some this vegetable? To prevent them from wilting. According to some opinions, however, it is if the vegetables were clean and fresh when they are put in, and the entire purpose of the soaking was only to prevent them from wilting, the water does not become disqualified. Okay, we're going to explain. Mishnah Berurah 160:11 writes that if one already washed his hands with such a water, he may eat, but in order to but if the other water becomes available, he should wash, but not recite the blessing. Okay, so it's very interesting. So it's of course they did not have a refrigerator, so they would put the vegetables, other foods in a cold water. They would get water from the well, it was cold, and they would keep the vegetables there. Okay, very interesting. So they say the situation, if the vegetables were fresh and clean. So fresh meaning that they would not give like bad taste to the water or different colors. So I mean, would not change water in any way, right? And the whole purpose were to keep them fresh a little longer. So Mishnah Berurah says, you can wash your hands with this water, but if then another water becomes available, you have to rewash your hands. Okay. So that's another example. Third example, or a container filled with warm liquid was put in the water for the water to cool off the liquid. So you have one pot with a hot content. You want to cool off. What do? You put in cold water in another pot, and you put this hot pot in that container, bigger container. Of course, because the cold water in the second pot is going to cool off the first one. Okay. Right. So that water, it's like nothing touched that water, right? But it becomes disqualified. Commentary. For example, a hot baby bottle was put in a container of water to cool it off. Okay, that's example. Or it was used to measure true capacity of the measures. Right, as we explained before, how you determine the true capacity of the measure. You see how much water it's going to displace. Right, you put the water up to the brim, as you said, of the container. You put whatever you want to measure. For example, how much is an egg. Right, so you put egg into the water, and how much water is displaced is actually the measurement. Okay, so commentary. One who wishes to ascertain how much certain measuring cup contains can do this by taking known quantity of water and putting it in the measuring cup. Water that was used in this way has performed a function and cannot be used for Netilas Yadayim. See Maggid Avraham, glosses for Rabbi Akiva Eger, the Teferes Israel, Yadayim. Okay. So technically, what it says, so as we can see from this last example, for sure it has nothing to do with anything that this water is not good physically, right? It's something spiritually that is not good with this water. That's something spiritual. Because for example, we have one measuring cup and another cup. We know, like for example, at 3 ounces. So and we want to see how much is 3 ounces is going to be a new cup. That's it. I mean, this cup is clean, another cup is clean, so it has nothing to do with physical impurity. Okay. So Kitzur concludes, all such waters are also disqualified. Commentary. When water is used by a person and perform function for him, the water is considered from that time onward be like a wastewater. That's it. And disqualified for the use of Netilas Yadayim. You can use this water for many other purposes, but for Netilas Yadayim, you cannot. So you see how strict it is. So because why? As we said before, it's a spiritual cleansing. Continue. Some authorities also disqualify water that has become repulsive. For example, water from which dog drank, or from which pig drank, or the like. Because when it becomes repulsive, it becomes like a wastewater. It is proper to be concerned for this opinion to avoid using such water. 45. Commentary. In a present situation, one may rely on an opinion that holds that such a repulsive water is acceptable. See Mishnah Berurah 160:23. So okay, so under circumstances, when you're under pressure, yeah, they say you can use it. There's no problem. But under normal circumstances, let's say it was the water somewhere outside, and it was a neighbor's pig that came and drank the water from your bucket, right? That was outside, look, and now everybody saw it, and now you're going to wash your hands, and you're going to touch the bread, and now you're going to pass me a piece of bread. So I'm not sure I wanna take this bread. You understand? So we cannot be disgusting in the eyes of other people. So, but in the case of the need, when maybe nobody's see this person, okay, maybe he can do it. Under pressure. Any comment? Any questions on what we said about this water? Okay, then continue. CF number 9. If one who did not wash his hands touch water, did not, the water does not thereby become ritually impure. Therefore, one who leaves the bathroom may scoop out, scoop out water from a barrel with his hands and use it to wash his hands. And the remaining water in the barrel is still qualified to be used for Netilas Yadayim. Okay. So let's read from the beginning, and we go with commentary, and we're going to explain. If one who did not wash his hands touch the water does not thereby become ritually impure. So just because our hands were impure, so our hands do not, if they dry, especially if they dry, they don't transmit impurity. Okay. 46 commentary. Water is susceptible to tumor from the unwashed hands only when it is on the hands during the Netilas Yadayim. Water sitting in the container that touched by unwashed hands does not become impure. Magen Avraham 160:15. Let's try to understand. So first of all, Magen Avraham say that just 1 second. So water is susceptible to tumor from the unwashed hands only when it is on the hands during Netilas Yadayim. So he said only when you washed Netilas Yadayim, and this water became impure. How the water can become impure? It is very, very simple. So you washed, let's say you washed one hand, you wash right hand, right? So, and water there, like it goes up and goes down, so it become impure because it touched an unclean place where the water did not come from the force of your vessel, right? So now with that water you touch another hand, right? And this water forget about that. So this water becomes impure. That's why we require, as we said yesterday, that you require to pour second time to wash off that impure water. So that's why we say, even though Shulchan Aruch says one time is enough, but it's for very, very careful people, but most of us is not that careful, and we try to do second time to wash off this impure water. Okay? So, but this water can become impure, right? When I have my hand, which is impure, it just came out from the bathroom, I scoop some water with from a barrel. So that's what the people used to have in front of the house, right? They have a big barrel, and they would have rainwater and water from from the well, from everywhere, like water that you can wash things. You can give animal to drink from that. You can wash your hands. There will no like crazy pollution that they have today. So I mean, I'm not sure if you want to drink from that water, but maybe wash your hands, and some people wash their face. There was no problem. Okay. Okay. So what we just said, that your hands cannot make the water in the barrel impure, even though they are impure. Therefore, one who leaves the bathroom may scoop, literally draw water from the barrel with his hands and use the water to wash his hands. And the remainder of the water in the barrel is still qualified to use of Netilas Yadayim for, I guess, for the next person, or for you for the next time. He should ensure that the water with which he washes does not fall back into the barrel. Oh, that's very interesting, right? Okay, because as we said, in a contact with your hands, yes, the water can become impure. Okay, so I guess next to the bathrooms they have bathrooms outside, right? Restrooms, so they would have this big barrel. Okay. However, if he rubbed his hands in water in a barrel to clean them, even if only dipped his small finger in the barrel for the purpose of cleaning it, all of the water in the barrel become disqualified for Netilas Yadayim, because the water has been used to perform function. So it's not. So the water in a barrel. So what he did, he washed his hands in a barrel, right? So meaning what? That he performed some work, the double quotes, work with the water, and it becomes disqualified. So we need only pure water specifically for the mitzvah Netilas Yadayim, and that's the thing. Okay, very interesting. So he said even the small finger, right? For he put in the water for the purpose of cleansing, the whole barrel become disqualified. But in our first example, if he just scoops, he wants water to take out water from the barrel. So in this case, we said there is no problem whatsoever. Okay. Continue. Sif number 10. With regard to the water that is salty, bitter, or muddied, if they are contaminated to the point that they are not fit to drink by a dog, they disqualify for using Netilas Yadayim. So I guess the seawater or ocean water would not fly. I mean, it's not going to work, even though it's nice and clean, looks like, right? But it's so salty. I don't think the dog is going to drink. I don't think so, right? Or they say bitter. I'm not sure why it's bitter, but putrid, like not pure, right? Something, right? So if dog is not going to drink, that's it. We cannot use. So basically, our sages use a dog as an example of dog is even though very loving animal, but it would eat or drink very disgusting things, right? So if even dog is not going to drink, so that's should be a stop sign for us. Halacha number 11. Before washing Netilas Yadayim, one must take care to ensure that his hands are clean and that they do not have any matter stuck to them that would constitute interposition between his hands and the water. So let's read commentary. I'm going to explain. See the following siyaf, which state that it is considered that there is considered interposition that only when he minds having the substance on his hands. Okay, so first of all, before doing Netilas Yadayim, before the bread or for other things, so we have to wash our hands. I would say before the bread. We have to wash our hands with soap or with regular water to make them physically clean, right? Because sometimes people would have, I don't know, like for example, somebody was painting, right, and he has paint all over his hands. Right? First, you have to remove this paint, or you work with your car, fixing your car, so you have a little grease over your hands, so they are all like dark black. So you have to first wash your hands, because as he said, the Kitzur said, most of the people would mind to walk out, like, let's say, with hands like that, right? That's why we have to wash them first, and then we can wash Netilas Yadayim. One who has a long fingernails must be careful to clean the nails, so that there should not be any mud or collected dirt underneath them. For that would consider interposition. Likewise, one must remove the rings from his fingers, so that they will not be interposition between the hands and the water. So we're going to go into commentary now. So basically, the water has to reach everywhere. Same, I would not say same, even stricter. No, it's not as strict as when a woman goes to mikveh, but it's pretty strict. I'm not sure what if it's at this point I don't have any good example. What is the difference in strictness? Maybe there is not much of a difference. Okay. So basically, what we have to remove the dirt. If somebody have long fingernails, right? It's not recommended, but let's say. So usually Jews must have very short fingernails. Why? Because of this. Because why? Because water has to reach all of your hand, right? And the space between the nail and the skin also must be reached. So when there is dirt in there, so there's a problem. It's interposition. So let's read from the beginning. There are a few commentaries. One who has long fingernails must be careful not to clean his nails, so that they would not have any mud or collected dirt underneath them. Continue. For that would constitute an interposition. Number 15. However, one whose fingernails are short need not check and remove any of the dirt and commonly collected under the fingernails, right? Since most people do mind its presence there. Do not know. One second. However, one whose fingernails are short need not check remove the dirt that commonly collected under the fingernails, since most of the people do not mind the presence there. So if you look, whoa, I have so much dirt, that's the problem. So if you wash like that, that's not good. But if a person has a very short nail, and sometimes, like in some places, there are few pieces of dirt, so it's not a big deal. So most people do not care. So that's fine. Likewise, one must remove the rings from one's fingers, right? So they will not be interposition between hand and the water from his fingers. Commentary. Even if the ring is loose and the water can reach the hand, it must be removed, since it is difficult to determine how loose the ring must be to allow the water to reach every part of the hand or of the finger. Mishnah Berurah. So basically, okay, you have a loose ring, and technically you can say, yeah, but it's easily removed. Okay, on one hand it is true, but on another hand, it's only when you keep your hand in the water. But we must remember, if we do twice this with the water, even one time, right? Most likely it's not going to go under the ring. Most likely it's not enough water. So that's why we require to remove the rings. One of the reason. Okay, it was 51. So that they would not be. So this rings interposition between hand and the water. 52. Although in general, women do not mind the presence of the ring on her finger, it is still considered an interposition, since there are times when she does not wish to wear the ring, such as when she needs a doll. Mishnah Berurah 161:19. See regarding the halacha of men's ring. So most of the time, women would not want to get the rings dirty. So let's say she's washing the dishes, or she's washing whatever the floors, whatever she does, some dirty work, right? So she would take off the ring. So she does mind for the ring to get ruined or to get dirty. right? So she cannot claim that I don't mind when my ring is there when I wash the hands. So if ring is not removable, it's got like attached to the finger for whatever reason after so many years. So okay, that's a different story, right? But otherwise, she must remove, because it is for sure it is into interposition. Okay. Any questions on what we said?
Rob?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Yes. So there's nothing wrong with keeping my nails as short as I want, as often as I want. Correct?
Yes. Yeah. It's actually very commendable, because when we have longer fingernails, so this dirt, and that doesn't matter like how clean person you are. You just wash your hands 7 times. You have office job. What do? You type on the computer, and guess what? You have the dirt under your nails. It's not like your problem. It's everybody's issue. You understand? So and it is, as we said, it's interposition between water and the skin. So of course, for a man, for sure, it's most desirable. I mean, women taking better care about their nails, but still must be very careful, because this applies to everybody. It's not only men's issue, right? Okay. So and plus we didn't get to it, did we? No, actually we did in a different series when we were talking about the preparation for Shabbos. So it said there is a separate mitzvah. No, we didn't get to it. I apologize. We didn't get to it, but just so we're on the topic. So there is a special mitzvah to cut the nails on Friday afternoon if possible, or Friday morning if you cannot. So by cutting your nails, right, you actually doing the mitzvah, believe it or not. Okay, any other questions? Sorry. Okay, so let's continue then. Number 12. There are yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
About the mixing dough, can you do it with the rings put on, or you must take it off?
I didn't get. Say it again with the rinsing. I didn't get what is it.
Yes, if we are with the rings in our fingers,
yes.
We are preparing dough with the flour.
There is a dough. Okay, yeah, it's not necessary. In this case, it's not necessary. So the examples they gave, the Shulchan Aruch gave the examples. What is so he said? What is it in interposition? Interposition is is something that you mind to have on your hands, right? So this dirt under the nail. So when a person says, "Whoa, I have such a dirty nail, I better hide them." Okay, not to show anybody, right? To my future fiance, she's going to faint if she see my finger. Okay, that's of course that's understandable that the person does not want to have them, right? And we said about the rings, we have the same. So do people are people okay to have rings on them all the time? No. If they do some job, even men, like man has a ring. Let's say, is it good to have ring or not? It's a different story, right? But let's say he has a ring. But when he's working with his car, or like he's fixing some mechanical stuff, he's doing some plumbing, he does not want his ring in there. You understand? Because it can they get damaged. So this ring is not there all the time. So that's why he must remove it. You understand? So if you don't mind it to be there, even if other people see it, or it get dirty and stuff like that, that's one thing. But otherwise, we must remove all of these interpositions, right? And women, when they go to the mikveh, they check all of these things, The mikvah lady, she checks if she has the dirt under the nail, and they brush teeth, so it would not be interposition. So because they have to open their mouth, and the water theoretically has to go in. So all of these things, yeah, that's even this tiny interposition must be removed. One more time, it's all spiritual cleansing. It has nothing to do. It's clean or not clean. Okay. Clear? We're good? Any other questions?
Another one about the mikveh, because we heard that a little finger and the water becomes impure. So what about the mikveh? How many people can it hold before it needs to replace all the water?
Exactly, it's a good question. So and with the mikvah, I'm talking about men's mikvah, right? So the rules for the men's mikvah is very lenient. As we said, it's not a mitzvah for a man to go to the mikvah maybe like a few times a year before Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, Pesach, Shavuos, but otherwise many people don't go like beside these days. Hashanah Rabbah, like all these like major dates. Right, so how many men deep in that mikvah? Sometimes the water is not so clean, so it's not so clear. Sometimes it's very not clear. Now, of course, there are filters and stuff like that, but when people deep continuously, so it does not become impure. So what we said, and it does not, it's not disqualified. What here with Netilas Yadayim, it's much stricter, right? So because the water in a men's mikvah, we're not talking about women's mikvah, it does not remove any, like spiritually, of course, it removes impurity and helps a man to do teshuvah and get close to HaShem, get like his mind straight. That's correct. Yes, but it's not. It does not have a strict rules. So basically, in this, he has a big barrel. He dips his finger, right, his pinky, because something got stuck, in order to cleanse it. That's it. The whole barrel is invalid for Netilas Yadayim. But this barrel is okay for dipping as a mikvah. I'm not sure if it's, like, it depends. If it's a big barrel, maybe it's enough for a man to dip. For a woman, I don't think so. One barrel would not be enough. I mean, maybe huge barrel, but not, I mean, size of the barrel. Okay, that's what I mean. Okay. We good? Continue? Or any other questions?
That's all for me.
Okay, no problem. So let's continue. So number 9. If one who did not wash his hands touches water, and water does not thereby become ritually impure. Okay. Therefore, one who leaves the bathroom may scoop out the drawer. One second, did we do that? Yes, I apologize. We did this, I lost it. Okay, sorry. Okay, we're actually on the next page. So halacha number 12, sorry. The laws regarding one whose hands are colored depends on the following. Okay. If there is no substance to the coloring, but only mere appearance, then this coloring does not constitute interposition. So what does it mean? Commentary 53. When one's hands are colored with the ink that is still wet, it is not considered an interposition. Even if the ink is dry, it is an interposition only if there is some tangible substance left on the hands. See Igras Mosh, Orach Chaim, Volume 2, paragraph 110. So basically, they say here sometimes, like you wash your hands, right? For example, you're painting or whatever, you paint your house, and you wash your hands. Okay, it's mostly the substance came off, but there is still color. So you were painting with white color, right? So you see, like in a skin, right? You see there is still some color left. There is no substance. You remove, you scrub off all of the paint, but there is some still left. So they say this is no problem. It's not interposition. There is no substance. Okay. However, if there is an actual substance, you feel like it's like thick substance on the skin. However, if there is actual substance of the coloring on his hands, even if it's only a little, so a little dot, there is covers only minority of the hands, it's constituted in interposition. So interposition, I'm not sure if it's any like minimum measurement. I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I don't remember. So it is considered interposition. However, if his occupation involves handling this type of substance, that for example he's a dyer, or similarly one who is a butcher, and one's hands are soiled with blood, or he's a scribe and his fingers are soiled with ink, the law is that if he is used to having this material on his hands, and all people of this occupation do not mind if their hands are soiled in this way, then it does not constitute interposition unless the substance covers the majority of the hands. Okay, so let's try to understand. So for these professionals who always have their hands dirty, and it would happen like if you work as I don't know, I knew someone, so he was working in a garage like as a mechanic, a helper of the mechanic, right? So his hands were so dirty, like he was trying to wash them off. Like after some time, the person just gave up. So he washed a little, like the substance, but they were like all of these black spots on there because of all of this oil, because of all of these things. Okay, so for the other examples they give, somebody is a dyer, somebody is a butcher. So this butcher is not butcher. It's I would say shoichet. It's not butcher that you when you go to the store, and a nice butcher in a white apron and everything is white and pristine. So it's not that. So these people they get the meat without any blood already. It's nice and clean. He does not have to deal with all of these dirty things. I mean it's not the butcher they're talking about. The butcher they're talking about, it's actually that's shkita, and blood is everywhere, right? And it's absorbed into his hands. Same as with this mechanic person. I mean, go try to wash off the blood. It's not so easy. I mean, if we bleed, for example, from finger or something like you wash, there is no problem. But when they do the shkita, so they have this blood on their hands for a long time. So it's not so easy to take it out. All right. So Shulchan Aruch said, Kitzur Shulchan Aruch says, so if the people in this profession they do not mind to have hands like that, so just leave it like that, no problem. So for them, it's not interposition. Commentary. The rule with regard to interposition is as follows: is the substance is one that person minds having on his flesh, or it covers the majority of the hand. Okay, so the second position, that it's going to cover the majority of the hand. So two conditions. If one person minds to have this stuff, as we said, with a ring, right? So a woman would remove the ring when she's making dough. Why? Because if she has a stone right on her ring, and this dough, it's going to get all of these crevices around the stone, it's going to take a very long time to clean it, right? It's she would have to pay somebody, or like it's a very tedious job. So of course she would not want that, and she would remove that, right? So that's exactly the first condition, right? And second condition, or it's not, it's either or, right? It covers, this interposition covers the majority of the hand. So one more time, or it covers the majority of the hand, even if he does not mind having it. So that's already not up to him. It is considered interposition, and it must be removed before washing. Thus, if a person has dry ink on a small part of his hand, if he is not a scribe and therefore minds if the ink is there, the ink constitutes the interposition. If he is a scribe and he does not mind having dried ink on his hands, it is considered interposition only if the inks cover the majority of the hands. See Mishnah Berurah 161.1 for further discussion, appendix of Kitzur editorial glosses. Okay, so let's understand. So first condition we said, if people mind to have them this interposition of the hands. The first example was ring. Understandable. We don't want to ruin it, so we mind to have it on our hands all the time. Second example we gave is what you call this a spot like ink from from the scribe, right? So a scribe, he was writing something with ink. So if it's minority of the hand, so he does not, and it is scribe, he does not mind, no problem. Let him have it. I mean, he's not going to wash his hands so thoroughly like every time he wants to eat. Like I don't know how many times he eats. Let's say he eats twice a day, right? Let's say. So let's say he would get up in the morning, right? Pray, write, say Sefer Torah, Tefillin, whatever. He will go to have breakfast, and then go back, and then have lunch or whatever dinner, and then go back to work again. So of course he's not going to wash his hands thoroughly every time. So for him, it's not an interposition unless, as we said, he spilled the whole bottle of ink on his hands. That would be an issue, of course. Okay. So 1 second. So spill the whole bottle of ink. 1 second. Right. So if it's majority of the hands is covered with such a substance, so it's not up to him. Minority, it's up to him. So if he's a professional and it's his profession has this stains, whether it's paint or it's ink, so there is no problem. If it's majority is problem is for everybody. But if it's not his profession, if I have ink a spot on my hand, so it's not my profession, I'm not a scribe, so I would mind. So for me, I have to wash. Okay. Continue. Similarly, one who has a wound on his hand, and there is a dressing upon it, there is a painful to remove. The dressing does not constitute interposition. So it's very clear. That's the most commonly asked question. Right. So continue. See further Siman 161. Okay, we're going to get to it. With regard to lost interposition, with regard to the woman's immersion. Okay, we spoke that. That's why I said I don't want to talk about it, because it's totally different area. And these same halachas apply to Netilas Yadayim. Okay, so as we said, you see, I said I don't remember what is the difference. Like no huge difference. And they say the same halachas apply to Netilas Yadayim. Exactly. Women mikvah and Netilas Yadayim. So, but men's mikvah, it's huge difference between it and Netilas Yadayim. So let's see the commentary. So the dressing, of course, I mean, if you have a band-aid on your fingers, of course you don't want to remove it and wash your hands and then put it back. I don't know, maybe it's going to get infected again. So you can leave it on. 55 commentary. Since he cannot take the bandage off without causing himself pain, let's say, okay, so he is a more like extreme example, right? More like a more severe wound. There is no concern that he will remove during the meal, right? And that food will touch the part of the hand. That part of the hand is therefore not included in obligation in Netilas Yadayim. So, but if he might take the dressing in the middle of the meal, that would be an issue. But if not, if I don't have any plans to remove this band-aid from my hands, so there is no issue. and hence the dressing is not considered as interposition. Okay. However, one must take care to pour at least 3 views of water on that hand. Okay. It is also proper that the soiled dressing be covered during the meal. I mean, today we don't have soil dressing, but okay, we got the point. If the dressing comes off during the meal, he must wash again. Meaning why? Because the hand, the skin under this dressing is ritually impure. A dressing that is not painful to remove must be removed prior to washing. So if you're in the office and you job and you don't have another Band-Aid, or you just apply the medicine, right? And of course you don't want to remove. But if it's if it's healed already and you just keep it just in case, so it's better for you to remove, wash your hands, and then put it back after you ate. A scab that is painful to remove, and one therefore certainly does not mind its continued presence on his hand, is also not considered as interposition. So the scab, what is a scab? Scab is dry blood, right? So of course, I mean, on one hand, this blood is not part of the skin. It's not. So most of the people do not want it to be on the skin on one hand. On the other hand, you don't want to remove it because it's painful. It can start bleeding again. So that's why they say leave it alone, and it's not interposition. Okay, I guess we can stop here and see if we have any questions. And thank you everybody for switching to Skype today. Thank you. I think it worked beautifully. Any questions? Any topic? Go ahead. Okay, if no questions, so we can stop here. So until tomorrow, then Beezrat HaShem. So we're going to switch to Skype permanently. Beezrat HaShem. Thank you very much, and good night if you don't have any questions.